Hello, boys and girls. It's your friendship teacher, Miss J again, and it's time to check your choices. The topic of today's video is Gotcha Choices, Gotcha Voices. If you haven't watched our video on Gotcha Green yet, you might want to do that first. Hopefully you remember there are 3 different kinds of choices people make: red choices, and blue choices, and green choices. Green choices are the only color of choice that make both people happy. I think about what I want and I need to be happy, and what you want and you need. We have to keep in mind the special rule though. When you make a gotcha choice, use your gotcha voice. I know we can't see what color a voice is, but we can definitely hear whether or not a voice is being gotcha green. When people are talking to us about our voices, they're talking about 2 different parts. The first part is the words you choose to say. The second part is how you choose to say those words. Both parts have to be like gotcha green. We have to make sure that the voice we're using is respectful. We're saying what we want or we need, but we're saying it in a way that takes care of the other person's feelings too. You guys are pretty smart. Do you think you could tell me whether it was a red or blue or green voice if you heard one? Why don't we give it a try? I'm going to use the voice that I've sometimes heard when I'm visiting school. And I want you to tell me whether you think it's red or blue or green. Okay, here's the first voice I've heard. Is it red or blue or green? Stop it! Stop! If you were thinking that voice sounded like Fred the Red, you're right. That's not a good way to say what we need, and it definitely doesn't take care of the other person's feelings. What about this next one? I was thinking that maybe, I think that maybe, well, if you'd like to, could you please stop saying that? Were you thinking Sue the Blue for this one? Because if you were, you're right again. That's not a very confident way to state what we want or we need. Are you ready for your third voice? Careful, this one's kind of tricky. Here we go. I don't like you, and I don't think we should be friends anymore, okay? Were you thinking that's my gotcha green voice? Actually, it's not. Although I sounded kind of nice, I wasn't saying very nice things to the other person. Think about how they're feeling. This is another example of Fred the Red. Okay, here's your fourth one. I sometimes hear this one when you guys are outside at recess. But I was playing with the ball and he came over and he knew the ball with me and we gave the ball back and now I don't have a ball to play with. Boys and girls, could you even understand what I was saying? I mean, if you talk to a teacher because you need some extra help with an extra large problem, that's great. But if that's the way you speak to the teacher, there's no way they're going to be able to understand you. So that's Sue the Blue. When I'm talking about a gotcha green voice, I'm talking about a voice like the one I'm using right now. Calm, in control, respectful, and easy to understand. This is the only voice that helps us solve a problem. Gotcha green doesn't yell or whine or pout or say mean words or say something to make somebody feel sad on purpose. Gotcha green doesn't use attitude either. Attitude is when you're saying the right words, but you're saying them in the wrong way. You're twisting them to show that you don't actually mean what you're saying. Like if I'm supposed to apologize to you and I look at the floor and say, sorry, I don't actually mean I'm sorry. That's attitude. If I'm using attitude, that's not my gotcha green voice at all because that doesn't take care of you. Gotcha green takes care of everybody, remember? Another way to think about it is kind of like driving a car. If you're acting like Fred the Red, you're going too fast and somebody might get hurt. But if you're using blue choices and blue voices, you're going too slow and somebody could get hurt that way too. You have to find that middle ground. And that brings us to our challenge today, boys and girls. This time, I challenge you to continue to be like Gotcha Green. But don't just think about your choices, also think about your voices. Make sure you're speaking in a kind, respectful way. That also means it's time for me to sign off. I was so happy to spend some time with you today. Until we see each other again, take care of yourselves and each other. I'll see you soon. Goodbye, boys and girls.